Hello guys, welcome to my channel. I hope you all had a great weekend and I'm glad to see you here. If you don't know me, my name is Selen and I am architect. On this channel, I do videos about interior design to help you use your space wisely and also give you a perspective from an architect's eye. And if this is something that you are interested in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on all your notifications by pressing the bell because I'm going to be uploading more content. Thank you. On today's video, we are going to talk about the most common long and narrow room design challenges and how to fix them. I know most people think that dealing with the long and narrow space is annoying, but you can convert your space from being a challenge to being a space that you really enjoy spending time the most, and I'm sure this video is going to help you with that. I also have another video about long and narrow living room layouts which you really liked, and if you haven't seen it, I'm going to link it down below and also somewhere on the screen for you, so make sure to check that one out after this video. So without further ado, let's start. Now, the first common problem that I've seen a lot in long and narrow spaces is that the ones that has multiple entryways, and these doors are mostly located on the narrow walls of the space. So how should we plan our layout to solve this problem? First of all, in that case, we should start designing our space from the middle of the room and expand it to the ends of the room where the doors are located. And the reason is that we never want to fill the entryway of any kind of space with furniture because it would make it look much more smaller than it actually is, and also we kind of cannot create clear circulation pathways. So if you are dealing with a long and narrow space, make sure that you create your focal point in the middle of your room. So to give you an example, if this is a living room, try to create your sitting space in the middle of the room, maybe with a TV or fireplace, and then create your second and third zones around the entryways, which are obviously going to be less important and also include less furniture. This is a long and narrow bedroom, same rule still applies. So try to locate your bed in the middle of the room and expand your furniture around the narrow ends. Another example is that if you have one door on the narrow wall and then one door on the long wall that is attached to it, start creating your layout from the other side of the space and work your way through the entryway and create a secondary zone. So I think you got my point, and I want to jump into our next problem and see how we can solve it. If your long and narrow room feels heavy and congested when you enter, trust me guys, it's not about the shape of your space, but it is more about the furniture choices that you make. First of all, if you are dealing with a long and narrow space, you should avoid using sharp and edgy furniture that can create harsh visual lines in the space, because they can act like visual blockages and we don't want that. And most of us not only deal with a long and narrow space but also small ones. So if you use sharp and edgy furniture, it is very likely that you are going to hurt yourself when you walk around in the space. So what type of furniture should you go instead? Well, answer is simple. Go for furniture with softer edges to create smooth transitions. So rounder edges, circular tables are great for a long and narrow space. Here are some nice examples to inspire you. that can cause a heavy and congested look in a space could be the furniture that has high visual weight, like chunky big sofas, heavy and very complicated textiles and patterns, and furnitures with short legs. So instead of going for that, you should go for furniture that has lighter visual weights, like more simple textures and patterns and exposed legs, and also light to medium colors. Let's jump into our next problem and see how we can fix it. First of all, unfortunately, not all of us have a big windows on the long walls in our long and narrow space, and some of us even only have one window on the one narrow wall, and this situation can leave the middle of your space in dark. So how can we multiply and also bring the natural sunlight equally everywhere in the space? I always say that mirrors help a lot to solve this problem, and they can make your space look bigger than actually it is. So locating one mirror around your natural sunlight resource, which is going to be your window, can easily make your space look brighter and more spacious. And you don't really have to worry about just putting the mirror just right opposite the sunlight, because obviously sunlight doesn't come in 90 degrees every day. So even if you put it on the side wall, that would still be okay, and it is going to bring more sunlight into your space and make it look much more better. Another thing is that using sheer light curtains can also help you diffuse the light more. So instead of going for heavy blackout curtains, try to go for something that is more permeable. Now, if you feel like this method can work during the day, but what's gonna happen at night? Because obviously we don't have any kind of sunlight. Well, artificial lighting is designed to solve that problem, and it is always best to go for layered lighting in a long and narrow space, which means using equal amount of lighting sources on different levels so that we don't end up having dark corners in the space. So make sure to mix wall light, pendant light, and also standing light in a long and narrow space, because it can help you to create smooth transitions, and also avoid using only one or two pendant lights because they can create really harsh shadows and we don't really want that. If you are still watching this video, guys, don't forget to hit that subscribe button because it really helps the channel to grow, and I really appreciate that. Thank you. Now, if you are dealing with a long and narrow space, you might have problems with your storage if you don't think about it properly. So my first solution for this problem is to use your vertical space, especially on the narrow walls of your room, so that you can give your space a more square kind of look. Because obviously if you design a storage space on the long wall, the wardrobe that you are going to design there is going to cover some floor space, which is going to make your space look even more linear, and we don't want that. So if this is a bedroom, it's a good idea to place your wardrobe on your narrow wall, and also try to get a wardrobe that is tall, because we don't want to see a lot of gap between the wardrobe and the ceiling, and also there is going to be a space that is not easily clearable and it will be really dusty. If you are dealing with a long and narrow living room, you might design some shelf units to exhibit your stylish items or maybe your books, but make sure to do this intentionally, because otherwise it can easily cause visual clutter. I also have another video about how to decorate and style the shelves that is going to look elegant and unique, and I think there are great tips there, and if you are planning to design a shelf unit in your long and narrow space, I think it is going to be really helpful for you. So I'm going to put the link in the description box and also somewhere on the screen for you. So since we start talking about clutter, let's jump into our next problem and see what we can do about it. If you feel like your long and narrow room is so cluttered and messy, well, I'm afraid you cannot really blame the shape of your space, but you should review the decisions that you took about the space. First of all, if you buy whatever you like without putting a thought behind it, it is very likely that your room is going to look chaotic, and that's completely normal. So can't you do anything about it? Of course you can, and the solution is really simple. Declutter your space and donate or throw away the things that you don't really need or match with the style of your room. Well, if you have done that, congratulations, because your job is easier now and you only need the few decoration tips that I'm going to share with you to create a really nice and clean look. First of all, I know some of you might disagree with that, but you should avoid creating gallery walls that are so complicated and visually tiring in a long and narrow space, because trust me guys, it can really go wrong. So instead of doing that, go for one or two statement pieces that are bigger in scale and try to keep it simple. When you hang your artwork, try to hang them lower than usual, because this can bring your eyes down and make your space look wider. If you want to know more about how you can choose the best artwork for your space, I have another video for that and I'm sure it is going to be really helpful. So make sure to check that one out before you investing into any kind of art piece, because it is going to give you a different perspective. So I will link it down below and also somewhere on the screen for you. How did you find this video guys? Please comment it down below, because your feedback is really important for me and it helps me to see what kind of content you enjoy more and what kind of content that you are not really interested in. So if you like this video, don't forget to like the video and also subscribe to my channel and tap that notification bell to get notified every time I release a new video. And if you need any kind of help with your space, I have various interior design packages for my online clients and also consultation packages, so make sure to check that one out. And also you can send me a message from Instagram if you need any kind of help. And again, thank you so much for watching and please stay safe until I see you next time. Until then, take care. Bye bye.